Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Kimberly Boscheman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we are going to take a deep dive into the upcoming super full moon lunar eclipse that's occurring on September 17th or 18th, depending on where you live in the world. So we're going to take a look at each life path number to see how these energies could affect you in the months that follow. Remember that an eclipse opens us up to a storyline or a new chapter that will likely unfold over the coming 6 months to a year. So this is a progressive energy that we'll be working with, but at the time of the eclipse, we should have a pretty good indication of what that storyline is. This particular eclipse, I love the energy that we're going to be working with. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very supportive. So I'm really looking forward to breaking down each life path number. One thing that I wanted to introduce with this moon reading is the animal wisdom messages, but they're going to be a little bit different than what I do for the month ahead. What I wanted to do is for the illumination is offer sort of a mantra word that you can use that's going to be driven by one of the animal spirits that come through. So it's not going to be quite as detailed as the month ahead animal wisdom messages, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to bring those in as well. And what better time to start than a super full moon lunar eclipse? Yay! Before we get into it, if you're listening on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. For some reason, with the algorithm, a lot of times the only way you're going to know if I release a video is if you've hit the bell, and then you'll be sure to be notified when that video is released. The other thing is, of course, this is a general forecast. So if you want to take a look at your own personal numerology to get the best idea for how these vibrations and, your own personal numerology are working for you, then the best way to do that is, of course, to have a reading, and you can book some time with me. My information is in the description box below if you choose to do that. Okay, enough housekeeping. Let's get into it. Life path number 11-2. So you all are working with some beautiful energy, some powerful energy at this eclipse. You're working with the vibration of the 28-1. So right out of the gate, there's a lot of leadership energy here. You got the vibration of the 8 and the 1. So because there's that 8 vibration, there could be a focus on finances, money, power, status, influence, the material plane. And then because there's that 1 vibration, it's really pushing you to tap into your own genius, your own ingenuity, to really follow your inspiration. So much of what is also incorporated into, of course, the vibration of the 11. But over the course of the next 6 months to a year, you could see a strong emphasis on this, where you're really being called into, again, following your heart, following what inspires you, and really taking the lead on that. This is a vibration, because you have those 2 powerhouse energies of the 8 and the 1. This is really a vibration of unlimited opportunity, reminding you that you will never reach the limit of what is possible for you. And I'm going to say that again. You will never reach the limit of what is possible for you, right? No matter if you feel like at some point you've hit your potential, there will always be the next thing that comes in, right? So that's one of the joys of sort of being alive. And so, life is not about that one destination. It's not about that one purpose. It's about so much more than that. It's like once we hit our purpose, then another one comes in, and it's like, and once we hit our potential or what we think is our potential, then the next vision comes in. And so this vibration of the 28-1 over the course of, again, like the next 6 months to a year is really pushing you to tap into what is it that you want to achieve now? What is the vision? And it could be as simple as like wanting to start a family, or wanting to move to a new location, or get a different job, or launch something, etc., etc. But there's a lot of focus over the next 6 months for you all under the vibration of this eclipse to really take the time to get to know yourself in this moment, who you are now, and what it is that you want now. And then again, start to make decisions that will help you to move in that direction. We don't have to look 5 or 10 years down the road. We just have to look right now, like where we're at right now, and what is it that we want right now? And are the choices and the decisions that we're making right now helping us to achieve that? And this vibration will help you to sort of, evaluate or reevaluate your path and the journey that you're on. And how do you feel about that? The other thing I would say is, of course, and this always goes for 11s, but continue to chase what inspires you, right? That is going to be what lights you up. That is going to be what ignites that fire. That's what's going to give you the confidence to keep going. Not to the point of overwhelm, right? Like if we look too far in the future, it's really easy to get overwhelmed because there's no way that we could possibly know the how. We just have to keep focusing on the why. And that why can be ever changing, but in this moment, we can figure it out. Now, there could be some things that have to close out at this time in order for the new to come in, obviously. But if something does have to close out now, then just know that it's sort of helping you to look to the horizon, the immediate horizon, not, again, 10 years down the road, but to look to the horizon for what is possible. And it's sort of giving you that courage or that motivation to go and get it, to make it happen type of thing. Without being too impulsive, there's definitely the possibility for impulsivity at this time. And again, I would just say manage the impulsivity. Make sure that if you're taking a risk at this time, it's a calculated risk, that if the stakes are high, you're still going to be able to maneuver through the situation without being completely derailed because, you took a risk where the stakes were high type of thing. Just make sure that you take some time, review whatever this is that you're choosing to do or move towards, and that it feels good. And that if it doesn't work out, because you have very high risk type of vibrations here, the 8 and the 1, both pushing you to take risks and to be more impulsive. So I would say just make sure that when those do come in, or that those feelings of impulsivity or that need to take a risk, you're absolutely meant to take the risk. You just have to feel good about it. And you won't necessarily know what the outcome's going to be, but just when it comes to planning, quote unquote planning, whether you should take a risk or not, really the question becomes, if this risk does not work out, am I going to be okay? Meaning, there's high stake risks and low stake risks. Low stake risks means, okay, you know what? If I take this risk and it doesn't work out, I'm still good. I'm not financially burdened. I'm not going to be like whatever. And then there's the high risk where it's like, okay, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to be on the streets figuring out how I'm going to eat in the next, couple of days type of thing. So there's those like extremes. So you just want to make sure that, especially under this vibration, because you've got that 8 and that 1, that you're just making sure that you have thought it through, right? Take the risk, but just make sure you've thought it through. And that if things do not work out the way that you are planning for them to work out, that you will still be, you'll still manage, right? Without being completely derailed. Okay, what else do I want to say about this? Oh, you've also got the vibration of the 2, right? So relationships could absolutely be coming in. That can be business relationships, friendships, some kind of connection that is actually helping you to, and can be really, really supportive in you moving towards whatever this is, or taking that risk, or achieving whatever it is you're setting your goals to achieve. People are going to play a big part in this. So other people. So yeah, collaborations, people, connectivity could all come in at this time. So definitely be open to that. Now, for your animal wisdom mantra or word, it's interesting because you got weasel energy. And what really comes up here with weasel is introspection. So there's definitely this opportunity for greater introspection at this time. And a lot of that comes back to asking you, what do you want now? What is it that you want? And, that's going to dictate everything else. That's what's going to sort of start the domino effect, is that why. Like, what do I want and why? You don't have to know the how. It's just the why. So I hope it's a great one. Take care, 11s. Bye for now.